and you're listening to Frey. Starting right now. Here's your host, Alfredo Leon.
Back out, this is D-Fans. Let's get to the news about the NFL, specifically the New York Jets, as they got their first win of the season on Sunday, Week 3 against the Miami Dolphins by a score of 20-6 at MetLife Stadium. Josh McCown threw a 69-yard touchdown pass to Robbie Anderson. Bilal Powell ran for a score, and the Jets defense dominated Jay Cutler and the Dolphins to get their first win. There was a lot of talk about the changed Jets roster possibly winning a game this season, and it made the Dolphins look like a team rebuilding. McCown finished 18 of 23 for 249 yards. Chandler Catanzaro kicked 2 field goals, and the Jets forced Cutler and Miami into a ton of errors during the entire game. The Jets also avoided their first 0-3 start since 2003 by moving to 1-2. The Dolphins fell to 1-1 as they didn't play the first week of the season against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers due to the hurricane that occurred there, Hurricane Irma. The Jets were just shy of having their first shutout since they did so in 2010 against the Cincinnati Bengals on January 13th, to be specific, of 2010, by a score of 37-0. That was the last Jets game at the old Giant Stadium. Cutler threw a 3-yard touchdown pass to Devontae Parker on the final play. Cody Parkey missed the extra point, capped off a terrible day for Miami at MetLife Stadium. The game was on an 88-degree day and was very hot as a result. Cutler was making his second start with the Dolphins, had a hard time connecting with his receivers throughout the game. Miami was unable to convert its first 8 chances on third down and failed to do so until the fourth quarter. The Dolphins went 1 of 12 on third down during the game. Cutler finished 26 of 44 with 220 yards with an interception and a touchdown pass. A good drive for the Jets stopped at the Dolphins' 32-yard line, and Catanzaro hit a 45-yard field goal wide left, which was the way that left the game scoreless. The Jets were finally able to take their first lead of the season on Catanzaro's 40-yarder with 7:17 left in the first half. McCown was able to help them get back in field goal range after back-to-back holding calls, which made it 1st and 30 from the Jets' 38. On 3rd and 22, McCown connected with Jermaine Kearse, whose diving catch for 18 yards put the Jets within field goal position. The Jets took a 10-0 lead on McCown's perfectly placed pass to Anderson, who grabbed the ball in stride and ran into the end zone for a 69-yard score. The play came right after a long run by Powell, who was coming back the play by a questionable holding penalty on center Wesley Johnson. Powell hopped into the end zone from the 1-yard line to make it 17-0 on the Jets' first trip of the second half. The drive was kept alive by defensive lineman Lawrence Thomas lining up as a fullback over the course of the game. Thomas caught a 15-yard pass on 3rd and 1. After a 12-yard run by Matt Forte, Powell slept left end and had a clear lane for the score. The Jets were still able to get another score, though, this time on a 22-yarder by Catanzaro. It was actually his second field goal of the drive, but Miami's William Hayes was called for an illegal formation penalty on the Jets' kicker's 46-yarder, which extended the possession for Gang Green. After rushing for 122 yards at the Dolphins over against the Los Angeles Chargers, J.A.J.Y. only ran for 16 yards on 11 carries against the Jets. Jets tight end Austin Seferian-Jenkins made his season debut after he was suspended for the first 2 games for violating the league's substance abuse policy when he was with Tampa Bay last season. Seferian-Jenkins got to help to treat his alcohol issues when he arrived to the Jets, and last Thursday became 243 days with him being sober. He dropped 33 pounds in the offseason and looked impressive during training camp and offseason. Seferian-Jenkins finished with 5 grabs for 31 yards. This was a good win for the Jets, unexpected, especially with a team like the Dolphins who made the playoffs last year. Unbelievable and shocking, but now this shows that the Jets are not going 0-16, and they look like the New England Patriots of 2007 in this game, like having an unbelievable game. Looked like an unbelievable offense, looking like there were no issues with the team whatsoever, able to score touchdowns, get field goals, make plays on defense, and they proved that they could win a game. But this proves that despite what people were saying, like they would not have a great year, this just showed that any team can win on any Sunday in the NFL, and they proved it here. Who would have thought that the Jets, who are 1-2, would have more wins than the Giants in Week 3, and the Giants were expected to do a lot of things this year, as they're 0-3 now after their loss to the Philadelphia Eagles by a score of 27-24 unbelievable what happened there. But with the Jets, this was totally unexpected that they would have more wins than the Giants right now. As the Giants, they've had a lot of expectations to go to the Super Bowl and possibly even win it. The Jets, they're not expected to go anywhere this year, as they're expected to be one of the top picks in the draft, possibly going after big names in the NFL draft that's coming up in the draft, like Sam Darnold, or one of those key players that are coming out of college in the NFL draft, one of the top prospects out of college. But this is a win that the Jets got that could help them get confidence, but I don't know what's going to really benefit with them, as they expected to play Jacksonville next. Well, they should be able to win that game, but Jacksonville could probably they could win that game as well. And the Jets aren't expected to really do much this year. So Jet fans, enjoy this win, because who knows how many more wins will be coming this year. But this was a good win for the Jets, as they showed that they could win any time, and now this will prove that they're not going to go 0-16. So if they do lose the rest of their games, they'll be 1-15, probably going to get the top pick anyway if they end up being like that. But I don't think they're going to lose the rest of their games, because they got games against Bills and the Patriots and others, as those are some of their bigger rivals, the New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills, like I said. But they usually play the Patriots tough every year, but this just shows the Jets weren't expected to do much this year because of all their getting rid of a lot of veterans on their team, and this was totally unexpected that they would beat a team like the Dolphins, who made the playoffs last year. Like I said, the Jets didn't even make it, as they had a miserable year last year as well, and expected to have an even worse year this year, expected to not really go anywhere. So the wins for the Jets may not help their cause for number one pick, but as far as Todd Bowles is concerned, he is fighting for his job, and whatever weight he can get, he can try to help secure himself. But I don't think he's going to stay after this year anyway. But this just show how the Jets were able to get a win, and it looked like they were going to have a shutout. They were shutting out the Dolphins early in the game until they got that late lose points late in the game, which was unable to get the Jets a shutout there. But this shows how the Jets were able to get a win, as any team can win any Sunday. But Jet fans, enjoy this one, because, like I said, who knows how many more wins are going to come, especially when the competition gets a bit tougher, and the Jets will end up having to struggle there. And as far as Jet fans concerned, like I said, you don't want to win too many games this year. You want to get the highest pick possible in NFL draft to get a prospect that could help them in the future, because Josh McCown is not the quarterback of the future, and possibly Bryce Petty and Christian Hackenberg are not either. And possibly the future franchise quarterback of the Jets most likely won't be on the roster right now, as most of these guys probably won't even be here next year anyway, as a bunch of young guys trying to prove themselves. We'll see if any of them are actual keepers, but the Jets could be positioned to possibly win more games if they get more talent around them, so we'll see what happens there. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.